So I am in, it's 10-2 and then 2020, venti venti. I'm in Marie Curie Park. I was just speaking to Anthony B's mom with a B, Beh, as opposed to me being Anthony T's mom, being T-E-E sounding. I'm always the T because I'm always square, S-Q-U-A-R-E. All right, so anyway, it also dawned on me when I went to go pick Anthony up, there was a black Chevy SUV and an NYPD with sirens and lights on doing something. Normally that's indicative of, I would say, Secret Service level. That's what I usually assume, except I know we have private taxi nowadays. That gets a little confusing as to who's in them and who allowed that. Here's like from Dental Appliance herself. I don't understand. When I woke up New York, Excelsior City State, and being Department of State New York in the U.S.A., the Catholic Church was holding Mass, M-A-S-S, in English, E-N-G-L-I-S-H, not in Latin, L-A-T-I-N. Now, Prella, being the automotive car shop, like mechanic, is L-A, and then they've got the Tin Man sucking on some kind of oil canister, right? The oil can sucker, right? Yeah, he's the disgusting herpes look that nothing in the U.S.A., the Department of State, New York, and the Excelsior City State wanted to ever see in massive quantities in our city. I am certain, as La Cosa Nostra, as House of Pain, as all of the Dental Appliance in one, as a Beamer, B-I-E-M-E-R. Now, I was just speaking to somebody. She said that in Bayside, the Greek Orthodox Church is St. Nicholas. I did not know. I thought that the local gentleman said it was St. George. I don't know. I don't go to Greek Orthodox Church because I'm not. But she did confirm that it's a Christian umbrella, like a larger Christian predominant umbrella. And she said she also went to Greek Orthodox school, which was nice. I guess element-wise for her growing up. There was some form of learning things that are important. I did ask her, though, her opinion. I said, let me ask you a question. I was like, at what point do you consider yourself under attack or invasion by a population that you don't want? And where do you go? Because the criminals who are avoiding the law and violating the law are not going to tell on themselves. So how do you report that? I'm just curious. Right. Okay. So I told her. I said, here's how green cards work. So I've been able to assess thus far from inside state of New York. Poland they go with a lotto system. They're, say, given 50,000 residents allowed to move around the world in, say, a given year. I said 10 years, a decade. I was like, but go with that for a minute. If it was only 50,000 every 10 years, I said, I've been here 40 years. I was like, why is it, I don't see really any Polish. I mean, I get a wonder, I mean, they're sparse. It's a larger mixture. I was like, but why is there such a saturation over the last 4 decades of Korean and Chinese? Guess who is not listening to U.S. and custom migration and immigration standards that we don't ever want to see you accumulate anywhere that we actually have to get up every day? Why can't your spot of ugly stay in the Dalmatian spot that it was assigned elsewhere? U.S.A. doesn't want to see a fucking one of you. I did not set up a secret service of Korean and Chinese. I fucking hate them, and they hate me. They are the criminals that threw up. I did ask her as well, the Greek girl. I said, so now when did in Times Square that national debt clock, they call it a clock, right? It's a digital screen of some numbers that now there's a claim that we owe somebody somewhere else. I was like, when did that go up? What does that mean? I was like, what if I told you that that is tied to the credit that, it bypasses the Federal Reserve completely. There's no accounting measure. I said, it's tied to credit, it's tied to plastic, and they put some kind of cryptocurrency on it, and now you have to take their word for it. Who does the accounting? How do you make sure that it doesn't overinflate? How do you make sure that they don't become some kind of over the night banking facility of superpower just because they said so? And how do you hold, the criminals are not going to report on themselves. They're going to beef up how awesome they are. Right, so how do you stay on track? Because the enemy's not reporting on themselves. I'm under attack in New York and under oppressive Chinese and Korean behavior and war tactics. So at what point and to whom do I report these things to? When I'm a dental appliance, I gave very specific orders to La Cosa Nostra from Judy's Kitchen in The Lunch Lady. I was under 18, so I technically, it could be a U.S.A. whatever illegal age, but in La Cosa Nostra and in Excelsior City State, I am always legal. I am the only legal there is, legal, and everything else is illegal, if I say so. That's part of being the dental appliance, where I get God's pardon, because I actually have the one voice and one free speech. So why is nobody paying attention to the ratio that is very specific to dots elsewhere on the Dalmatian not making a run for some placement that doesn't want them, and it will be considered an act of war from the inside and from out, and they will be removed from skin and life, and nobody will question nor dare care when all of the spots that moved over the last 4 decades are completely eradicated and removed, because they are in an illegal migration. And we actually technically call it invasion on grand scale. I don't know at what world, power, or authority, when you're having trouble with Westminster Abbey and someone has knocked your connection to self in a supernatural manner, and you're the only dental piece who's the only one who speaks for all and reports accurately no matter what she says. I'm just curious. What does world expect? And when is world gonna wake up and fucking actually do something?